Favorite book?
The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari.
Who's that by? What's it about?
It's about a lawyer who sold everything to go and find inner peace. It was a very influential book for me.
I agree with Robin Sharma when he says, the smallest action is always better than the noblest intention.
Robin Sharma's job is to help us live successfully in the gym, in the office, and at home. Colleen McEdwards went along to see how it works.
He self-published a self-help book, The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari. He says his mom edited it and his dad helped sell it one book at a time. A chance meeting with a publisher was his lucky break. That book and others written since have sold millions of copies around the world. They're available in about 50 languages. He's traveled to Europe, Israel, India, and Pakistan, taking his message all over the world.
We all have big ideas. We all want to be great in our careers. We all want to be great in our family lives and enjoy the journey of life. Well, if you want to get there, you have to act.
Here in a bookstore, and I've got a few of my previous books behind me, including The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari and The Greatness Guide. And I'm here in the business book section because The Leader Who Had No Title is a business book. Before I get into what the new book's all about and how excited I am that we're going to get this message of leading without a title to so many people, I'd like to tell you a little bit about my own background. I used to be a lawyer, a very unhappy lawyer, and a lot like Julian Mantle in The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari. And I went through a period of soul-searching and reflecting and rethinking my life and rethinking work. And I decided to write a book about the transformation I experienced. And I wrote about that transformation in this book, The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari. And that book was actually a self-published book. My mom was my editor. My father helped me sell the book one person at a time at Rotary clubs. I often joke, but it's true, my first seminar only 23 people attended. 21 of those people were my own family members. But from those humble beginnings, The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari became a word-of-mouth phenomenon. And it's since sold many millions of copies in about 60 countries and over 70 languages. And that led to a career where I literally traveled around the world as a leadership advisor to companies like Microsoft, IBM, Nike, FedEx, GE, BP, the Yale University, and many other world-class organizations. So that brings me to The Leader Who Had No Title. And I definitely have to share this as by far the book I'm most passionate about. I poured my heart and soul into this book. I wrote it, much of it while I was in New Zealand this past summer. And it's really a book about a bookseller, and that's why, in many ways, I'm here in this business book section. It is a business book, unlike my previous books, and it's really a book about a simple message that no matter what you do in any organization, no matter where you live, no matter who you are, by virtue of you being alive today, you can show leadership. In other words, you need no title to be a leader. And just imagine what organizations would look like if every single person who populates the whole organization showed leadership within their role. And the hero of the story is a man named Blake Davis. Blake Davis is a bookseller. He's facing a lot of challenges. He's kind of stuck in his life, especially in this world where there's so much disruption and so much deep change. And one day he receives a tap on his shoulder, kind of in a business book section just like this, and he turns around and he sees this eccentric-looking old man with a Mickey Mouse hanky and a SpongeBob SquarePants watch. Now this man is very eccentric, but he says to Blake Davis, the hero of the story, he says, you know what, give me one day, and in one day I will transform the way you work and the way you live. And so Blake reluctantly agrees and goes on this incredible adventure where one day Blake meets four masters, and they really teach him this formula about what it means to lead without a title, how to win in business in these turbulent times. It's a fun story packed with excellent ideas that will help any business person, any human being get to world class in times of deep change.